Today I'm in the Woodlands, Texas, and in this video we're going to discuss the pros and cons of living in this very popular Houston suburb. Right now I've checked in to the Woodlands Resort. I'm going to have myself a nice margarita, relax for a minute before I hit the streets and see what the Woodlands has to offer. So stay tuned. Okay, I better stop goofing around. I didn't realize that I would have 30 minutes of downtime available to me today. That's why you see me in my basketball shorts. I didn't prepare to have time to go swimming, but it was fun, enjoyable. It's overcast, it's about to rain, so we need to get back in the hotel, shower real quick, and hit the streets of Woodlands, Texas. Enjoying the grounds right here at the Woodlands Resort. About to head out and check out the different dining options and shopping options that the Woodlands have to offer on a Friday night. If you're new to the channel, this is your first time visiting, my name is Richard Soto with VIP Realty, and I'm a local real estate broker right here in the state of Texas. We do weekly videos talking all about living, working, and playing right here in the Lone Star State, as well as we tour some of the best listings available on the market today. So consider hitting that subscribe button. Now moving on to the Woodlands. The Woodlands is one of the most desirable places to live in the United States. As a matter of fact, it was recently ranked the #1 place to live in America by Niche.com in 2021 and 2022. So they went back to back and got that coveted first place prize. In addition to being ranked the best city to live in America, the Woodlands has received other high rankings, including the second best place to raise a family in America, third best city to buy a house in America, seventh best public schools in America, eighth best city to retire in America. So that's pretty much going to cover all the boxes, whether you're a young family and have some children and you want access to exceptional schools, or you're retired and ready to kick back, take it easy, and hit the greens. You can find whatever it is that you're looking for right here in the Woodlands. In addition to that, the Woodlands is just a short 30-mile drive just north of downtown Houston. It's a master planned community that has around 120,000 residents and 2,100 businesses as well. The Woodlands is well known for its extensive parks and recreation, golf, corporate headquarters, schools, shopping, dining, hospitality, healthcare, and much more. Today, there are 151 parks and 220 miles of hike and bike trails. So let's get right into it, starting with the pros. And the #1 pro is proximity to nature. As the name implies, the Woodlands. Let me tell you, as you're coming down 45 South from Dallas, you see massive trees all along the side of the highway, and it's absolutely beautiful. Unlike Dallas and Fort Worth, where it's just flat, ugly, dry ground, especially in August, pretty much everything is dead. It is nice to see these massive, huge green trees everywhere. It's absolutely breathtaking. The beautiful blend of man-made amenities and gifts from Mother Nature, including nearly 200 miles of trails, numerous lakes, an abundance of wildlife, and thousands of mature trees, it's definitely an area for outdoor lovers that enjoy a lot of physical activity. Okay, moving on to the second pro of living right here in the Woodlands, and that's going to be education. As a matter of fact, the Woodlands is going to have one of the best public schools in the entire country. I'm all about having great education and not having to send my kids to private school. So if education is of top priority, the Woodlands is going to be an ideal location for you and your family. Much of the Woodlands is served by Conroe Independent School District, while some areas are zoned for Magnolia Independent School District and Tomball Independent School District. So if you're wanting to make sure that your children go to a specific school district, make sure that your realtor knows what they're doing and they put you in the proper school zone. Okay, now let's move on to our third pro, and there's going to be a ton, but we're only going to cover the top 5 or so pros. So moving on to the next pro, and that's going to be real estate options. As we're discussing the real estate options, few cities are going to offer the variety of options that the Woodlands is going to offer, from sprawling estates to condos to townhomes, patio homes, single family homes, homes on the water, golf course views, whatever it is that you're looking for, you can definitely find it right here in the Woodlands. The typical home value of homes in the Woodlands is $532,000. This value is seasonally adjusted and only includes the middle price of homes. The Woodlands home values have gone up 24% over the past year. So the next pro is going to be the location. Just look at these beautiful grounds. Gosh almighty, I love the golf course, these massive trees. It feels absolutely beautiful today in the Woodlands, Texas. However, the location is going to be exceptional. It's going to offer you everything you could probably ever need or want. You don't have to leave the city of the Woodlands, but if you do, the 4th largest city is only 30 miles away, which is a huge advantage over other suburbs. In addition to that, if you got to catch a flight for work or for leisure, the airport is going to be about 25 minutes away, so the location in the Woodlands is going to be exceptional. When you call the Woodlands home, you're able to be near the action and world-class facilities of the nation's 4th largest city without having to deal with all the commotion that comes with it. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of advantages of living right here in the Woodlands. What's not to love about having quick access to one of the biggest cities in the country, or just being able to stay home, enjoy the scenery, the calm and peace of the Woodlands? So it's a huge plus, the location right here in the Woodlands.
Look at me, there's no word that you just don't see, but it is.
Okay, moving on to the next pro, which is going to be entertainment and amenities. As I'm walking away from the concert, I don't want to mess up the beautiful music, but as you can see, there's a ton of things to do right here in the Woodlands, whether you're wanting to have live music or you want to take a stroll down some beautiful forest. There are plenty of things to do on a daily basis right here in the Woodlands. You can go from a quiet afternoon of kayaking to a fist-pumping night of live music, or a walk through the Woodlands to explore the local shops. Here you'll find a destination perfectly tailored for any kind of adventure. Any time of the year, you'll find some of the most talked about concerts, performance, art shows, festivals, and free live music, all happening here in the Woodlands. The nightlife is equally eclectic, with everything from swanky rooftop bars and wine lounges to cocktail bars and bustling happy hour spots. So whatever type of entertainment that you're looking for, whether you're with your children, and I miss my youngest, Nathan, he's back home in Dallas. I see all these kids behind me. I feel very bad that I didn't bring him. He should have came with Dad to the Woodlands. However, if you have a family, plenty of parks, the lake, canoeing, as we stated earlier, so much to do. Or if you want to have some adult time with your wife or your significant other, or you're single and ready to mingle, you can find something to do, especially tonight on a Friday night right here in the Woodlands. Okay, we've covered some of the pros of living right here in the Woodlands. Now let's start discussing the cons, and there's going to be several, starting with the number one con, which is going to be traffic. When you're ranked the number one city to live in America, you're going to have a lot of people wanting to relocate and live in that particular city. And that's exactly what's happening here in the Woodlands. It's one of the most popular suburbs, not only in Houston, but the entire United States. So with that comes growth and comes a ton of traffic. As I was driving around here, I had to make about 5 or 6 turns till I finally found a parking spot, which I had to parallel park, guys. And I am not very good when it comes to parallel parking, but I was able to maneuver and make it happen. So the first con of living in the Woodlands is going to be traffic, and whenever you're out and about throughout the city, parking is going to be an issue as well. Okay, moving on to the second con of living right here in the Woodlands, and that's going to be the weather. No matter where you're at in the state of Texas, it's going to be very, very hot, especially in July and August. Saying that, it's even more humid right here in the Houston area than it is in other parts of Texas. When I'm in Dallas, I'm sweating profusely in July and August, but when I come to our Houston office, it's even worse, if that's even a possibility, because summers in the Lone Star State are brutal. It's Friday night, it's 8 o'clock, it's rained the majority of the day, and there's a light breeze. However, I'm still very, very hot, somewhat perspiring. My legs are glistening. So if you don't like the heat, the Woodlands isn't going to be a place that you're going to want to live, at least not on a full-time basis, especially in July and August. Okay, moving on to the next con of living right here in the Woodlands, and it's going to be the cost of living. So if you're trying to save money and be frugal, this is definitely not going to be the city that you want to reside in. The cost of living right here in the Woodlands is 32% higher than the rest of Texas and 19% higher than the national average. With something as simple as gas prices costing an additional 10 cents a gallon, just because you're in the Woodlands may to some be enticing. People move to Texas expecting more bang for their buck. This is not the case here. The housing market will yield an even more unfavorable number in comparison to nearby cities. The median home price in the Woodland is about $555,000, while the typical home value of homes in Texas is around $315,000. So as you can see, if you want to reside and live right here in the Woodlands, you're going to have to spend a little bit more money to have all the pros of living right here. I hope you enjoyed the video in regards to the pros and cons of living right here in the Woodlands. This city has so much to offer, and it's very conveniently located to Houston. So if you're thinking about relocating to the Woodlands or to Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex, San Antonio, Austin, Midland, anywhere throughout the Lone Star State, my team and I would love to assist you with your next real estate transaction. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.